Hey, good morning, guys. Today is the 1st of May 2016. I'm going to be going over my weekly trade ideas this week. For those of you that don't follow me, it's at Barry Mohan 81. You'll find a link to the chat room that I trade at awesomecalls.com. Find a link to the YouTube videos, and you'll also find a new link to my new trade ideas. So that one's on the bottom here, and I get weekly codes every week so that you can get discounts. So let's run into the ones that we did last week. First one on the trade ideas from last week was Trip. Okay, so I was looking for this one, Trip to pop to $64.28. You got all the way up to $64.90. And then look for the short, obviously, so you're within short range right now. But the pop to 64.28 was pretty nice. IDTI. Okay, what was I was looking? Bullish engulfing over here. Price target of 22. You got 21.16. Not that great, but still on the long side was nice. WNC. Bullish engulfing down here. Okay, long. Risk to the 50 EMA. I'm just reading off my list. And a 1305 price target. I would say that's pretty badass. Pullback to 12.75. You got to pull back over here to $12.56. That's a freaking winner right there. AMKR. Bullish engulfing over here. Pullback to 5.65 for the long. You got $5.66 for a $6 price target. You got $6.13 to the peak. NUAN broke the trend that we were looking at here. I was looking for a pop and a short into this one for 17.50 or lower. It's sitting right now at 17.18. I call that a win. FSLR, bearish engulfing. I was looking for a bearish engulfing was here. I was looking for a pop to 62. You got $62.19 and a short for $60 or less. That's a badass trade right there. CTSH, flagging on the 50. That was right here. $60 for the long entry. For a move to 61, you got 61.35 or something, 37 or something. ARRS. No, I'm sorry. Let me just go back over that last one that I did. CTSH. No. This price target was 63, risk to the 50 EMA. Flagging on the 50. I'm just reading off my notes from last week, so must have written that incorrectly because there's no way I would do a 60 to 61. 60 to 63, obviously, if you took it on the long side, it only went up a point from your entry. And then if you took any, good. If you didn't, you would have gotten stopped back out at your entry right at the 50-day EMA right there. ARRS was the next one on the list. Bullish engulfing. Pulled back to $22.20. It pulled back to $22.19 here with a $23 price target. So that's pretty badass right there. LGF breaking the trend to the upside, which was right here. This was the trend that we were looking at. Pull back to $20.30. $20.30. You actually got $19.80 something cents. So pull back to that, and with a price target of $22 plus. I'd say that's pretty badass right there. So that was a pretty nice list, honestly. Really nice list from last week. So anyways, let's go over the ones for this week. So this is May 1st, 2016. Here's the list for this week. I'm looking at ROST. Yep, eventually. ROST. So this chart is testing the 50 EMA. Selling volumes coming in. Stochastics across down. MACD's starting to show some sellers on here. Broke the uptrend over here. Testing the 50 EMA constantly. I feel like this is a good short play here. So I'm looking for a pop to 57.75. And if you scale into the position, if you get into a short position at 57.75, you can risk this trend over here as your stops. And if it comes down and breaks this area here, you can add into the position. I'm looking for $55 or less on this one. TSO. Okay, so huge red candle here, so I would need this to pop a little bit. So I'm looking for a nice pop on this one to $82.25 for a short entry. Then you risk the 13 EMA up here. See if you can get it to pull back down to about 75. Next one on the list is ENDP. Breaking the trend here to the upside. Obviously a successive amount of red candles gonna need to come back up a little bit. So I would like this one to pop a little bit here. Pop to $27.40 and then go short, risk the 13 EMA. Now if the chart continues to break here and it breaks this low over here, you're gonna add into the position for a nice flush down to the teens. We'll see if it comes, I don't know if you got teens, but low 20s if it breaks this area here with strong volume. PSX, huge red candle. Obviously I need shorts to cover into that, so if you get a pop on this one to $83.60, I'd like to take this one short, risk to the 50 EMA here, and with a price target of 79, you have your MACD crossed down. Your stochastics are a little bit oversold here, so it needs that pop to resettle. Once you get that pop and you get the short entry, risk the 50 and bring it back down into the 79 area. TEVA, next one on the list. Okay, so I'm looking for this one to actually pull back a little bit, come down here and test this area of this support here. Once over here, then I'd like it to pop. Then I want to short it for a new move into a new low area. So I'm looking for a pullback into this range over here. $53.25. As long as that hold, you can risk this low over here at $52.60. Take some long, play it back up into the pop. If it comes back into this 50 EMA again, you can see that the 50 EMA constantly keeps being a nice resistance for this chart. So as soon as it comes up to this area here, you can grab it short again, see if it breaks the trend. If it breaks the uptrend, you add into the position. If it breaks the low here, you go full size into the position on the short side. But you gotta wait for the setup though. WMT. I'd play for a bounce here off this support on this trend here. Obviously, it's an ascending wedge, even though, you know, huge red day right there. I'd play for a bounce on this one, so I'd like a nice bounce on this one off the support back to about 68 or more. Let's see if we get up there. Then you take some short and risk this small little trend over here. If you get that short, if the chart comes back and breaks this trend here for sure and just keeps pulling down, you're gonna get a nice pull into this one. So it would be a nice opportunity to get a nice short entry into that if you can get it. CYBR. What am I looking here for on CYBR? Okay, I like this chart here for a little bit more bullish move. I feel like it is holding up on this trend over here, so I definitely wanna see if it can move up further here. I do like the chart closing over the 50 EMA, and if we can get this chart to hold here, I like the MACD crossing over, stochastics are crossing over, strong candle here, decent volume, not a huge amount of volume coming in there, but I would like to see this chart hold this trend. I actually like it. So I want to see this trend over here break, and I want to see about $43 print on this one. Okay, next one on the list, that's number 7. I have a lot of notes written this week on these charts. EHTH. Okay, I like this here. Huge pop, nice pullback, fine. I can deal with that. If this chart pulls back into this 1025 area here, find some support off of this range here. I'd like to take this one long. This is a big earnings beat on this one, so I like this chart bottoming out over here. Decent volume, but I needed to pull back into that support zone for me to take any long. If we get into that area and we get that pull back into the low 10s, maybe even high 9s, if we get that, we can take some of that long for a $12 price target on a small swing. VIV is the next one on the list. I'm looking for this one for a long on a pullback. I do like this bull flag over here. Pierced it once, came back down, pierced it twice, and actually closed over it. So I do like this bull flag setting up over here. Maybe not such a huge range for now, but if you take it long and you get a pullback, you take it long, you risk the 50 EMA down here. See if you can get this chart to push over the high. Once over the high, then you could get a nice little move into it. All the indicators are set. MACD is really nice and curl. Your stochastics are crossing up there, so could be an interesting move. Last one on the list for this week. I do have a lot of notes written down, so I like this leg. This chart is very bullish here. Nice volume came in here. I like the MACD's crossing up. It is curled up actually. It's not crossed up. Stochastics are fine here. It's not too hot. I do like this curl. I think this chart actually, even if you get a nice little pullback here to about 48.50 or so, I'd like to take this one long for a target up to about 53. As far as the general market goes, let's look at SPY here. Probably have a lot of lines on this thing. Let's look back a few months and I'll show you what I'm seeing on this one. Obviously, got rejected by the tops over here. But if you do look at maybe Dow Jones, you'll see probably like a different idea. You see that top end candle over here. Nice support coming back here. Okay, chart needs to come back down to about 17,500 area. Comes back into that area. If it finds support, should rally up. If it breaks, that's going to obviously prove for a nice downward move. But for now, until this 50 EMA is broken on the daily chart, I'm remaining neutral to bullish on this as far as the general market goes. As far as crude goes, okay, as far as crude goes, let's do crude. Let's do weekly chart on crudes. Coming up into resistance area, broke above the 50 EMA on a weekly chart. So I'm really looking at weeklies, okay? That's it. It is hitting a resistance area here on crude on the weekly, so I'm going to look for that to be some sort of resistance area. If it goes up further up, I'm actually thinking that it can go up a little bit more, but I'm not going to get crazy about how much more it can actually go up. There are pin bar candles up at the top here, which really kind of, it doesn't make me, feel too comfortable about too much of an upside move unless we get something going on. As far as the dollar goes, obviously dollar's on a tear to the downside. The only thing that you have to really be interested in on the dollar is this price over here coming down to this range over here. Can actually find support, provide some sort of an inverted head and shoulder if it holds in this area here. Dollar is pretty weak right now, so as far as me talking about the dollar being weak, then obviously focus on gold comes in there. Huge move up on gold's weekly chart. Strong candle right there, beautiful cup and handle right there. I'm actually thinking gold pulls back early into, maybe fades off a little bit off the strong candle. If it continues to hold this trend up over here, I'm looking at gold for about 1350 or so for the area that it may want to end up topping off over there. So that's pretty much it for the week. It was a pretty good trade setup last week. Hopefully this week will be nice for you guys. So anyways, email me, message me, get in touch with me if you need any assistance or you want me to go over any of these personally with you. Have a good, safe trading week, guys.